What's up, everybody? So I want to talk to you about Teflon, non-stick coating, chemicals like PTFEs, PFOAs, PFAs, chemicals that are on these products to make your life convenient that are killing you. The solutions to this problem are easy and they are time tested. Stainless steel, cast iron, enameled cast iron, and ceramic. If it's something different than those and it's chemical based and it's a PFA, I would recommend don't use it. But let's get into the details. So really, we're talking about non-stick. We're talking about Teflon. We're talking about PTFEs, PFOAs, PFAs can confuse things. We're talking about non-stick coatings on our cookware. And in 2013, the EPA said no more PFOAs. No more products can have PFOAs. PFOAs are part of PTFEs, and they're all in this group of PFAs, which are about 3,000 chemicals that are toxic, that are on products all over the place. But PTFEs and PFOAs are the ones that have the worst rap. So the EPA said, we're cracking down on that. Now, here's the other thing. Products that are coming into this country through customs, are they all getting thoroughly inspected? Remember all the toys that were coming over from China that had lead in them for a long period of time? Like, are we really testing to make sure there's no PFOAs in the products coming from other countries? I'd be hard pressed to say that we're actually doing a good job of that and regulating this even domestically. I would be surprised if we're doing a good job. And then on top of all of that, we have the fact that all these other PFAs aren't even really thoroughly tested at this point, and they're all over the place. All right, so I don't see a good reason to use any of these non-stick coatings. And really, when we're looking at it, how safe are these things? Also, how many of us have Teflon coated pans that are over 10 years old in our house that we're still using? Are your parents, are your friends and family using Teflon coated products that are 10 years old? More than likely, yes, they are. They're still using these. And if they're 10 years old, they're probably chipped. They're probably degrading. There's probably particles coming off of them every time they're used. All right, so at this point, Teflon or any product that is a PFA, I would say get it out of your life. Also keep in mind that if it says PTFE free or PFOA free, that doesn't mean that it's PFA free. PFAs are poly and other polyfluoroalkyl, if I said that right, chemicals. There's about 3,000 of them out there in consumer products today. And so PTFEs and PFOAs are two of about 3,000. So those other 2,998 chemicals, I can almost guarantee you are not good for you. And it's just time will tell when they come out as the next big thing. So I would say that all of these are bad for you. And I don't trust the regulation at all that anything's getting thoroughly tested, let alone anything that's new takes time to prove how bad it is for you. All right, so I would just say rule them out. Anything that has PFAs, which is about 3,000 chemicals, don't trust if a product says no PTFEs or PFOAs, unless it's one of the safe products I've already listed before, which is ceramic, stainless steel, cast iron, or enameled cast iron. And also, it's a fire retardant that a lot of military bases use, and it's in our water supply everywhere. So you can check your town's website, and there's a website that I'll put up above that, and in the links below, that actually contains the information about where, what the levels of PFOAs are in your water supply in your town, and it's not good in a lot of cases. So either way, they're saying that now PTFEs, these Teflon coatings, are no longer containing PFOAs. But to be totally honest, what's the next one that we're going to find out is bad for us? These chemicals aren't good for us, and we know this. And as these pots break down, especially if they're overheated, over 500 degrees, the PTFEs start to actually evaporate into the air, and you can inhale it, and it's really toxic. So if people use these in their oven to slow cook something, but they put it at a high temperature, it could really make their household toxic. So either way, I don't see any good reason to use these except for the convenience of cleaning, but I'd rather survive than have easy cleaning. So here's one solution that I'll show you. So stainless steel, right? So you've got a stainless steel pan. You can use, instead of, people have a lot of issues with things sticking to this. So one thing you can use and start using is ghee. So ghee, Ghee, is basically a pasteurized butter milk that doesn't have all the lactose, from what I understand, in it. And it has a higher temperature to cook at. So it's not going to smoke as much. It's not going to stick to the pan as much. It's got a higher temperature. So ghee is a good option to coat your pan and make your eggs, or to keep things like your stir fry from sticking. Or you can use olive oil. You can use standard things like that as well. But ghee is a good option. All right. And so stainless steel, it's pretty much indestructible and it's not going to kill you. Also, this is a good example of what cast iron looks like if you haven't used a cast iron plate before or pan before. So the cast iron, and then on the back this one has enamel, right? So this is what it would look like without the enamel, and this is what it looks like enameled, and they're safe. So that glaze, that enamel glaze, is fired onto at an extremely high temperature onto the cast iron and protects it from rusting. And you can get some that have it on both sides. So anyways, I don't see a good reason to cook. You can use your ghee, you can use olive oil, you can just, put that elbow grease in there to cook things in safe products. And again, I don't think PTFEs without PFOAs are long-term going to be proven to be safe for us either. And a lot of these PTFEs, these Teflon barriers, they break down over time. And if somebody uses a knife, they can chip. And there's all sorts of reasons why I don't think there's a good reason to use those anymore. And I think, again, we're always behind the risk that the products, the chemicals that we've manufactured are actually causing to us. We're always behind. We find out later after people start dying and after it's carcinogenic, we find out, okay, all these people are dying from cancer because they've been using this ubiquitous product, Teflon, right? Or some new combination that's safer until we find out that it's not. So all I would say is, if you saw this video and you liked it, go ahead, drop a like, drop a subscription, and basically use cast iron, enameled cast iron, or stainless steel, and enjoy the rest of your life because you're going to live a lot longer. All right.